What's going on, y'all? It's the third episode of Underground Nerd Nation. I'm the mighty Keston, aka DJ Nexus.
I'm the invincible Camden.
I'm the amazing Adrian.
I'm the incredible Dash.
And we're back.
Yes,
Appreciate all the
sir.
love we've been getting from y'all. On this episode, we're going to talk about the 90s era. More specifically, video games.
The greatest era ever is
Ever.
the 90s. Greatest decades.
90s is always going to be on top.
Yes.
So much good stuff.
I don't care. I'll argue anybody with that.
Right?
Argue
Y'all
with
owe
anybody.
us so much.
Oh.
We brought y'all so much.
So much.
It's going to be a good one.
But anyways, like I said, we're going to talk about video games in this episode. And probably in the next episode, we'll get into like cartoons and 90s movies.
Tsunami?
Tsunami.
The catalog is massive.
Right?
But Tom, yes.
Reboot?
Tsunami.
Reboot.
Oh wow.
Reboot was slept on.
Yes, it was.
Oh, yes.
Didn't they try to?
Yes. And
They did try to
brought it back
reboot, right?
and failed.
Oh, it was bad.
It was horrible.
That's when you had Sailor Moon on there when everybody was kind of started watching anime. And they put Sailor Moon on Tsunami.
I didn't watch it.
I watched Sailor Moon, but low key, Toonami is probably the reason why so many people watch anime now.
Yes, it is for me.
I'd
Yeah.
agree with that statement.
Me too.
Absolutely.
Dragon Ball Z.
Right?
Oh man.
When I was in the Boys and Girls Club and around 4 o'clock, everybody going in the same room, you already knew what it was.
Oh,
Rushing to get your homework done so you can watch it.
Ronin Warriors.
Ronin Warriors.
Oh, all of them.
Gundam Wing.
Outlaw Star.
Oh, golly. Cowboy Bebop.
Oh man.
You did it on
Even though they
purpose.
tried to cut that stuff down.
You did it. You know what's funny? I was at my parents' house talking to my dad, and I was telling him about the podcast. And we were talking about anime, and I was like, "Yeah, they clown me because I haven't seen Cowboy Bebop." He was like, "Wait, what? You haven't seen Cowboy Bebop?" And I was like, "Oh, not you too." And he was like, "Hey, look, boy, that Cowboy Bebop." And I was like, "I'm sorry, Dad, my bad."
You see? I'm telling you, bro. If you ain't
I was
seen,
like, if your dad done shamed you, Dash, you got to go watch Cowboy Bebop.
yeah,
bro.
this is your dad telling you this,
That's how you know I'm honest. I'll tell y'all,
bro.
Look,
Yo,
I get a
my.
pass because, I've missed a lot of anime over the years, but,
You have.
Did you see Cowboy Bebop?
well, no, that's what I'm saying. I get a pass. You don't get a pass, though.
Why not?
Because you the anime head, right?
Exactly. It's the general consensus that you don't get a pass.
It's a vote.
I'm sorry, Dash.
You on the island alone.
That's how you just turn on me like that? Okay.
I mean, it started with you talking about your dad turning on you first. Like,
Y'all turn on me first. What are you talking about?
Oh.
With y'all.
It's all right.
That's how I told him. Okay.
So we got some good stuff for y'all tonight.
absolutely.
The video game segment started early. I mean, they were designing stuff like Pong in like the 60s, the late 60s. It was crazy.
Oh yeah.
So leading out of the 80s, you got NES, you got Sega Genesis. And those were... I never played NES.
Hold on.
Did y'all play NES?
Don't forget Atari, bro.
Yeah, I would say
I mean, Atari was left back there for a reason.
The OG though.
Atari started.
It is the OG though.
Yeah.
Atari is the OG. You got to give credit where credit
Gotta give
is due.
homage to it, baby.
I'm sorry.
Don't forget about the Atari.
I am sorry. There's some other consoles we could talk about that weren't as great as Atari, but we'll leave it as Atari's the go.
Kaleidoscope.
Oh. I ain't never had to play it, but I heard about it.
What was the one that had like the phone keypad on it and like a big rotary dial?
Oh, I know which game console you're talking about. I cannot think of the name of it though.
Yeah. It was not good.
That was weird.
Yeah.
That was really weird.
But leading into the 90s, Nintendo's like, we're going to make the world go crazy. They come out with the Super NES, Super Nintendo.
The greatest console of all time.
That's up for debate
That-
tonight.
There's probably going to be a debate later.
That's going to be a debate.
You already know where I'm at.
I do.
Nintendo at this time has like 95% of the market share. No, Nintendo runs a monopoly on retailers. Nintendo will pay you for 20 foot of space. And then when Sega rolls up and says, yo, I want 4 foot, Nintendo will be like, oh, you want to give Sega some space? Give us 30 foot. We gonna sell more anyways. They was bullying the hell out of Sega. Like, it was bad.
Talk about at the beginning, right?
At the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The what do they call it? The Sega Nintendo Wars,
Yeah.
basically. It's like the
It was just
Microsoft, Sony now.
Have y'all seen The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan documentary?
yes.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
You know the meme that's coming out where it's like, I took that personally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Sega took that personally. Sega went and rented an office building across the street from Walmart headquarters and put up as many TVs and Sega Genesis in the building as they could and put a sign outside that said, come play Sega for free. And had lines wrapped around the building 24/7 until Walmart called and said, we'll give you space. And that's how Sega got into the game market with major retailers.
What?
Up until then, it was mom and pop.
That's the gangster.
That's a G move.
That's
bro.
a G move, right?
Okay.
So Sega feeling real good about this move, right? So what was it? Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat comes out.
I suck at that game.
But it was so good.
It's a great game.
It was so. It blew you up when you
It's-
first seen it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
too, I mean, which isn't a bad thing. It's too technical, which it's not bad.
Now,
I'm more of a Tekken person. That's my.
I mean, now it's technical, but when it first came out and you seeing fatalities for the first time,
Yeah, it was gangster.
but
bro,
I was
I
about
was
to
like
say, Mortal-
5, 6, 7.
Mortal Kombat has probably been the only game to literally piss off the world.
But when it first came out, it got so much flack. And like when you seen it in the arcade,
Yo.
and them moms coming in there into the skating rings, they're like, what would you over there playing?
Then you see the head come off. And it's like,
Whoopsie.
So it's interesting. Y'all are talking about how violent this game is because Nintendo, being the company that they are, they took the violence out. You ever played original Mortal Kombat on Super Nintendo?
I
No,
do.
I
I,
can't
owned
remember.
it.
The blood was green.
I remember that.
And
that is
there
right.
was no brutal violence in that game. They toned it all down. And they actually had to go to court. Nintendo and Sega had to go to court because the game was being deemed too violent. And each one of them was throwing one another under the bus. Like the dude from Nintendo was like, yo, we got green blood. Ain't nobody got green blood. Like, we censored our game. The Sega dude legitimately pulls out the Nintendo gun blaster and he's like, this looks like a machine gun. What you talking about? You censor stuff. I was like, yo, what?
They were being petty.
Petty.
Oh, that's some petty stuff.
oh yeah.
It gets better.
Oh, I can't wait.
The CEO for Sega was like staying at this hotel during all this stuff. The Nintendo dude just happened to go to the same hotel. And they had all these Sonic the Hedgehog balloons lining the pool. Nintendo dude paid somebody to cut the balloons and put them in the bottom of the pool. Like,
Day savage.
yo, these dudes were, when I say cutthroat, they didn't care.
Cold blooded.
So hold on. Let me ask y'all this: who do you think's a more iconic character?
Sonic
Mario or Sonic?
Sonic.
Sonic.
I say Mario.
You
Okay.
I honestly don't. I can't make a
What-
call on that one. 'Cause
What character? Okay, let me expand on the question real fast before you answer.
Okay.
What character do you prefer?
Oh, prefer Sonic.
Sonic,
Sonic.
Sonic.
Well,
Okay.
that's your answer to your question.
but more iconic though.
We're talking about like worldwide.
So we talking about iconic character.
Sonic.
See, even
I
though
still
You
have
got,
to say
you, got
Mario.
you got multiple movies. You got multiple games. When you do crossplay, you see more people play with Sonic.
Yeah, but I mean, right now they're building a Nintendo world, and that's all Mario. And the only reason Nintendo can do that is because of Mario. Mario. If I say name a Mario game, you can name a game in just about every genre. You got Super Smash Brothers, which is started with Mario. You got
even though nobody uses Mario in Super Smash,
which is
No
crazy.
one
like nobody uses him.
He's on the cover, but nobody uses Mario. Well, some people do, but the ones that do usually are like
I had a friend that actually used Mario. He was the only dude I ever known to use Mario. Now, I ain't gonna lie, in Super Smash Brothers Melee on GameCube, I used Dr. Mario. Not gonna lie.
Right.
Throwing pills at people.
Mr. Game & Watch.
Oh my God.
I was about to say, talk about Dr. Mario puzzle game. So
Yeah.
like you got racing, you got sports games, you got adventure games.
Bro, Super Mario Kart? Come on. Which nobody used Mario in that either.
Right.
I was a Donkey Kong fan.
Donkey Kong?
Right.
Donkey Kong.
But
I was
name the Sega games that are like the Mario and Nintendo games, and you always play as Sonic or Knuckles. You always play as one of those two characters in those games.
Hey, don't forget about Tails. Don't sleep on Tails.
Who played with Tails?
Me.
Of
So you
course.
gonna pick Tails
Light-skinned
over
person
Knuckles?
plays with
Yes.
Over Shadow?
Yes. I am
No,
a
you
Tails fanatic.
didn't.
Yes, I did.
Overshadow?
Yes.
I play with
I ain't
Knuckles.
with you on that one.
I
bro.
call shenanigans.
That's fine. I'm on that island by myself. I was always a Tails fan. I love the sidekick of Tails.
That
he was-
5% is what you are.
I am I'm probably the only, but who else can fly? And don't you say Knuckles with that whole gliding crap. That
I wasn't
don't
gonna say
work.
Knuckles.
I wasn't
about to
gonna say Knuckles.
Come on, man.
I'm not gonna say Knuckles either.
my man
I was about to say
can fly.
Tails was a super genius though, so
Yes.
there's that going for
I love Knuckles. He was just so gangster.
And
And,
of course, he
and the
was-
Black Sonic. I love the Black Sonic.
He
too.
was Shadow, right?
Yeah, he did. Good job.
Yeah.
I was say Black Sonic.
I was like, Black Sonic.
Didn't we say his name like 6 times?
I was about to say.
We did.
My bad.
I was like, Black Sonic? What?
I'm over here going through lore. I was like, Black Sonic, Black Sonic. Like Black Sonic,
All
like
over
I know
the
there was
place.
a gray Sonic.
I tell you, nobody's a fan of Big Cat. And I can just say that.
No, I hated his levels.
He could fish, right?
Yeah,
He was
that's
the
one
fisher
that used to
one.
fish it. Yeah, that's why That's why nobody
Yeah,
liked him.
nobody. Everybody hated that. I didn't like Amy shit either.
That was a
I was
pink one?
okay with Amy stuff, just because it was a little bit different.
Yeah.
I would say I was okay. If I had to pick the ones that I actually enjoyed, it was Sonic, Tails, and
Shadow.
well, Shadow was in the second one, but Knuckles.
Yeah, Sonic telling. I mean, come on, man. Y'all remember the Sega game
When
when it first came out? That was the Sonic. It was 3, and then you can put the game. It was like you open up the top of it, then you could put the other Sonic on top in it, and then you could play as Knuckles in. I think it was Sonic 2. You remember that? You remember that?
Yeah,
I
I
do
do.
vaguely remember that.
Yeah,
But that was awesome. It was
You had
fun.
to go into like the 3D world.
Yes.
I think
yeah,
I
yeah.
remember that.
Speaking of Sonic, what'd you think about the one where when you had the skateboard, or the one that was like was it Sonic Heroes? The one you had like the little
Oh yeah, I didn't play that one.
impact. Oh, okay. Well,
It was all right.
Be real. The last Sonic game I played was the one on Dreamcast. That was the last Sonic game I played.
That was
That's a
kind-
classic.
I played the one where it was like 3 of them, where you had to switch between. It was like teams of 3, and you had to switch between based off of what you were doing.
Okay, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, I played that one. That was okay, and I played the Sonic Generations one where it was the 2D Sonic and the 3D Sonic.
Okay.
and it was like the worlds that
Yeah.
collapse and stuff like that. I played both of those.
You know, I've
but
never beat Sonic 2.
I've never beat none of
Sonic
those.
I've never
2
beat the Sonic
or
game.
Sonic Adventure 2. Just regular Sonic
The
2.
Sonic 2 on
On
Sega-
Genesis?
On Genesis, yeah.
I
Never
I
beat
didn't
it.
finish.
That's a
none of
hard
them.
game.
Yes.
I was about to say both.
Which-
of
what
them
was-
hard,
was
but
it,
I never finished either one.
Was it What was it? Megatropolis or?
I know which one you're talking
You know which
about.
one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, that level was terrible.
That rivaled Mega Man levels right there.
Bro,
Right.
don't-
Just raging.
Ooh, Mega Man.
so how about that Streets of Rage?
I never played Streets of Rage.
You didn't?
I didn't. That one never made it into my catalog.
Yeah, but it wasn't as good as Street Fighter. So it was
did
like a
play Street
knockoff
Fighter.
Street Fighter.
I did play Street Fighter.
Streets of Rage was
Streets of Rage.
It was a side.
It
It
was-
was a side scrolling brawler.
yeah, side scrolling brawler. So it's more like a Double Dragon. Or
I did
no,
play
I got
Double
you right
Dragon.
here. Hold on, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time.
about to
baby.
say
I
that.
did play that one
Yeah.
too.
Yes.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
I didn't get to play that one. I didn't get to play that one. Yes, I know.
Wait, on what console are we talking about now?
Well, that was sick. I did jump to PlayStation, but we was talking about.
I was so
side-scroll games.
confused.
There you go.
We were in that genre of games, so
The PlayStation.
I mean, yeah.
We
also
jumping
90s.
all over the place
We
already.
will be there. We will be there. We will be there, Dash.
I was in game category. That's what
I feel you, fam.
Oh man, look when we get to this Xbox versus PlayStation debate on this
it's
thing,
about to get live.
It's gonna be so heated.
What was that shit? It's
Microsoft.
about to go down.
Oh, okay, all right. So
Go ahead, Adrian.
yeah.
So we're gonna go back to the original Sonic game, right?
Oh, okay.
So this game comes out. Now here, I did not know this until all the research I've done just for this couple of years in video game history. Apparently, Sega of America and Sega of Japan were two separate entities. So they just hired some random dude, like some dude from Sega flew over, found this dude on vacation and was like, yo, we hear you're a really good like advertisement dude. We want you to like run Sega over here for us. So they fly him back, tell him everything he needs to know. He comes over here, starts running Sega of America, and he starts blowing it up. Like he's coming out with these marketing campaigns. You remember the commercials where it's like, the Sega's like blowing up out the package or whatever, and like the Nintendo's just laying there like, play Sega. Like they were so raw, and it worked. So then they come out with Sonic. The reason Sonic was so popular and why Dreamcast surpassed Nintendo was because of how fast Sonic moved. You play a Mario game on Super Nintendo, it's slow paced, super slow. And then you look at the Genesis with Sonic, and that game is colorful. It's bright. It's fast as all get out.
That music.
The music, the 18-bit.
Oh, I love the music.
Music was loud.
It was
Green
so good.
Hill.
What?
Ooh.
What?
Oh, yes. Hold on. When y'all play Sonic 2, when you found out that you could become Super Sonic, did that not blow your mind, bro? Yo, that put me in a whole different stratosphere. I was like, you can become gold?
I gotta say something about that part specifically though, because I didn't have the Sega Genesis. My cousin did, so I only played it when I went over to their house. So I played Sonic 2, but when I saw Sonic as Gold Sonic or Super Sonic, I did not make that connection. I did not understand what was going on. It wasn't until
It was too mind-blowing. He's never experienced anything like this before in his life.
Exactly.
He's like, there's regular Goku and Super Saiyan Goku? There's a difference.
Which, quick tangent on that. When I saw Goku turn Super Saiyan, I was
my
like,
God.
yo. Like, I freaked out as a kid. But anyway, back to Sonic.
It's back to
I did-
Tsunami days. 3 episodes transform.
Right.
God.
I was about to say, spent like
Next week on Dragon Ball Z.
spent like 20 minutes sounding like he had a stomach ache. Just
Bro, I bet that man must have took 30 water breaks, bro. I know his throat was trash.
Had to have been.
I say, how many times did Goku say you're not going to get away with this before he transformed?
Oh my God, bro.
You're not going to get away with this.
So back to what you were originally
Oh yeah,
saying.
back to the Sonic thing.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. Back to the Sonic thing. I didn't know Sonic could go Super Sonic until Sonic Adventures when he was fighting Chaos.
Nicola, I didn't know that at all. I saw pictures of like a yellow Sonic, but I never.
I thought it was
mind-blowing. They weren't
Oh.
ready for the Sega.
Because then there was no internet. Well,
It was, but
the
not
one
everybody had.
thing. My broke ass didn't have it. I can tell you that.
That's a download right there.
Get off the phone.
Mom, you on the phone? Can I use the computer?
Right.
What? Boy, get off that damn game. I gotta make this phone call to my sugar.
Shout out to the 90s when you had to wait until 9 o'clock to use your cell phone for the free minutes.
I remember that.
Shout out.
Free weekends.
They would call you and say, "Hey, call me back after 9 o'clock."
Well, I didn't get my first cell phone till 2004, so I wouldn't know nothing about that.
Even
no,
then,
I'm
it was
just
still.
speaking- yeah.
Oh, it was still
still
prevalent.
from-
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
People knew. It's 8:50. Nah, bro, you gotta come back.
Bro,
10 minutes.
they called me. They called me at 5 o'clock. Hey, bro, man, call me back in 3 hours. Did you call?
Oh yeah. I was about to say. I think when we was a friend, my dad paid the extra money so we could have free minutes after 7. But
Yep.
I remember calling people to say, "Hey, I need you to call me at whatever time. I need you to call me after 7 because I got something to tell you." Like, I remember having them conversations with people.
So going on the tangent, my dad had a pager, and I wanted a pager so bad when I was younger. Man. Bro, he used to pull that thing out. Hey man, we gotta stop over here real quick. Go by the payphone.
I remember pages came out.
Oh, my dad had one too.
My dad had one too. But my dad was funny because he had a cell phone, but it was one of them like early cell
Big
phones.
phones.
No, it wasn't big. It was still small, but the only thing you could do was dial on. It was like the regular microwave type screen. All you get is the numbers.
I got you.
I don't know what to call it.
He said the microwave screen.
I ain't know what to call it. But anyway, that's what he had. That's all he dialed. But he had a pager too.
That's like before Tom's sidekick.
Oh, man.
I know this is way off topic from that, but what do you think is a better fighting game, the Mortal Kombat or the Street Fighter that was on Nintendo? Because you know Street Fighter, they come out on Sega.
Street Fighter 2. We got
Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, baby.
That game all day long.
Oh,
that game is perfect. It's immaculate. Front to back.
But you know, it's still played in tournaments today.
Oh yeah, and they serious about it too. It's not
This
like
game
they
came
just
back in like what 91, 92,
Yeah.
is back there.
It's way back there.
and people still playing it.
That game.
You know, I own it.
Practice.
Me too.
I'm nasty on it.
Oh,
I'm nasty.
Uh-oh.
you want to play?
Uh-oh.
Live stream. We can do this.
Uh-oh.
All right, so let's upgrade it a little bit.
Okay.
We'll play Third Strike.
Nah, you going too far, bro. You going too far. See,
You don't like Third Strike?
no, you going into waters that I'm not dipping my feet in.
He's the king of
Have you played Alpha?
A little bit.
I played Alpha.
Alpha was trash. If you liked 2, you will love Third Strike.
Okay.
I'm standing on that right now.
Okay. So who's y'all's favorite character in Street Fighter that y'all played? Me, I'm always been a Ken fan.
I was about to say
You would.
I felt like Adrian was waiting for somebody to say Ken because you got something against Ken. Like,
You a Ryu fan?
Of course I am.
Do it.
I didn't play Street Fighter, but what was the green one?
Blanca.
Yeah, that's what I played.
Oh.
At electricity.
So you just sit there and just spam the same button all day?
No,
Probably.
If you play fighting games with me, I do not spam.
No. You spam the same button and he turns electricity.
No, I hate spamming. I always try to play different.
But that's one of his moves.
Yeah, that's literally the command. Is you spam the
spam
button.
the button and he turns into electricity.
Oh, that's like playing with Eddie when you just hit X and O all the time.
Oh, here we go.
There's other
That's
ways to play.
definitely going to be a topic.
Oh, man.
I was about to say, I used to love Eddie.
Of course.
But
And I
who do you like in Street Fighter, though?
It's probably Ryu.
See,
Because I
Thank you.
love Ken, too.
Thank you.
I love Ken, but
whatever, bro. Don't look at me like that.
I don't
You
know.
ain't ready to catch these hands?
That Hadouken, though, that was my move.
Bro, the spinning kick.
Shin sure you can what? Oh boy.
I mean, Street Fighter. Even though they did terrible with the movie, the real live action movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme playing guy.
The animated one was gas.
But the animated was fire.
so good.
Oh my god, it was fire.
So good.
But you know what? That movie still pisses me off because how they disrespect Ken and that shit. I'm sorry. They gonna make him so damn weak. Come on, bro. They trained under the same person. Get out my face.
Hold on, we talking about the live action or the
The animated.
The animated.
Oh, we're not talking about live action. That live action Ken and Ryu was
It's almost as bad as Dragon Ball.
Yeah, Dragon Ball.
Evolution. Oh my
it was
god.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh my god.
Let's go ahead and turn the page.
Yeah, you can't
I was
win that
about
with
to say,
Ken.
are we putting Dragon Ball like higher than Street Fighter?
No.
Because I mean,
Nope. No, because I can watch Street Fighter. I can't watch Dragon Ball.
I
Dragon
give you
was
that.
garbage.
I cannot watch it.
No, I thought both of them was garbage, but I mean that
Street
Ken-
Fighter still holds nostalgia.
Ken,
Like I can watch it and be okay, but
But the Hadouken in the Street Fighter movie, where it's just he like hit him in the stomach and a little light flash, like that pissed me off so bad. was like, that was it. That was the. I done seen this man throw large fireballs at people in all these video games, and that's all I get. A little flash of light when he hit his stomach. I was like, no.
Hold on. How long did
wrong
it
for
take y'all to realize that Bison from that Street Fighter movie was Gomez from the Addams Family? How long did it take y'all to realize that?
Oh man.
Yo, even though way longer than I care to admit that was Gomez from the Addams Family, I got to give a shout out to him because apparently he was doing that role while he had cancer.
While he was battling cancer?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like he was like, I think like the last stages of cancer, and they was like, he wanted to do this movie for his kids. So shout out to him, but way longer than I care to admit.
I'm sorry, I don't know his name off the top of my head.
I don't either. I just remember hearing that
I know
story.
we'll get flagged for it, but whatever. But, you know, comment down on our Facebook and stuff if you want to see me and Adrian go at it in Super Street Fighter 2. You know,
My money goes to Adrian.
we could put the live on it.
That's got to happen.
It's like that, Dash?
Oh yeah, I played Street Fighter with Adrian.
Man. We're friends. You're supposed to be like, you know, I ain't betting
We
on
all
anybody.
friends.
You haven't seen me like I've seen him, and we game and we play fighting games. Adrian, he's decent, but he is a master in Street Fighter.
God,
Look,
listen,
if
take,
we were
take the
playing-
knife out of my chest right now,
If
bro.
we were playing anything else, I would not be as confident. If you said Tekken,
Oh,
I'd
that's
be
my
like, yo,
game.
that's Dash.
You give me Law or King.
I'm going to map you on that one too, Dash.
Hey, yo, low key though, I feel like we should do a Tekken tag tournament.
Ooh.
I don't play tag. I only tag. I just need one person.
I'm
Text
talking
him
about
for it.
because you can play two people
You
on
play
each
two
side.
people on each side.
I know.
Let me get that Miguel.
Really? Nobody knows who Miguel. I don't know who Miguel is.
That dude got
Miguel
the
is-
drunken style, man. That dude is he fierce.
Oh my gosh.
No, it's all about.
All right, I'll
Law
get you with
and
Steve.
King. Ooh, well, Steve's my god, boy. He did.
All right, so back to games, man.
Oh yeah.
So
we still on the game, but
so we need to come back around. So we gonna come to what everybody is.
I want to see how
Dreamcast.
I want to see how petty it gets between them more because
Oh, there's one
more?
last big thing.
oh gosh.
Okay, so remember I was talking about Sega of America and Sega Japan, right? So Sega of America, dude that's running CEO, he gets a phone call from this dude, and he's like, "Yo, I got this new technology. I think it would be really cool for a video game." And he's like, "Cool, I'm on my way." He calls up Sega Japan. "Hey, look, we got a lead on some new technology." So dude comes himself, doesn't bring the engineering team, just the leader of Sega Japan. So they walk in, and it's 64-bit technology. Their consoles are still running 18-bit, both Nintendo and Sega. So Sega of America's like, yo, look at these graphics. Like, this is insane. We need to get on this. This is going to be the next big thing. Sega Japan is tired of getting their clocks cleaned by Sega of America because they kept taking the wrong moves over the Americans. The Americans were saying, yo, let's include Sonic with the console, with the purchase price, and let's bring the purchase price down. And they were able to sell more than Super Nintendo because of that. Sega Japan couldn't beat Nintendo at all, at anything. So now they feel some type of way. And Sega Japan says, no, we're not going to move on the new 64-bit technology. We can make it cheaper, yada, yada, yada. So out comes the N64.
I knew
Nintendo,
that's where this was
I
going.
knew it.
Nintendo
Donkey
scoops
Kong?
this technology up, and Sega's like, yo, what? Okay, let's do something. Sega Saturn comes out. That was trash, as we all know.
Yeah.
Virtual Cop though. And
That
Virtual Fighter.
so
That was about it.
So the reason this console was so trash is they basically glued through two 32-bit chips together and tried to overlay them to make the game mechanics work, and it didn't work. That's why all controls on the Saturn feel like they don't work right, because it's basically overlaid over top of another game. Like they doubled it up.
That's horrible.
I heard that story because that was like Sega's first big mess up that was leading to their downfall because Sega Saturn was horrible.
Oh my gosh. But you know what's crazy though? I wanted one.
Yeah,
Because I was like, yo, it's Sega Saturn.
right?
I'll say everybody
like-
wanted one, but
But because Sega Saturn was the first console to take CD-ROM.
yeah,
So
that was revolutionary at that time. Like you're like, what? CD-ROM on a game console? I was like, oh man, I want to play this.
So if that isn't bad enough, Sega basically bleeding out on the floor because this console is trash. It's $100 more than Nintendo. Sega's like one last, like this is the Hail Mary pass at this point. Sega decides to team up with Sony.
Good job.
And this is kind of where it leads into the Dreamcast so they could get CD playing technology. But it fell through. And Sega Japan, again, comes through and they're like, yo, we're not working with Sony. Man, bump Sony. We could do bad by all on our own.
Bad all on ourselves.
So here's the problem. Sony's like, bump it. Releases the PS1.
Right?
Oh, man, this shit just comes full circle, bro.
And to add insult to injury, the Sony was also $100 cheaper than the Sega. And it was it. That was game over for Sony. So that was it.
Mind you, the 64 when it came out was $200. So that means the Sega was $300.
Yeah.
And at that time, Lord.
Did you get
Lord indeed.
Did you get the N64 when it was clear when you could see through it? You remember that one?
I had a purple one.
Yep, I did too.
I had a purple one.
Boy, the Jungle Green.
Oh, yeah.
What?
See, that's why the 64 was so dope because I think
different
everybody had a different 64.
I was about to say I had the clear purple one.
At least
purple one?
Let me tell a quick story about that purple one though.
Where's this going?
My little brother
Oh, shout out Patrick.
sold my damn N64 in a yard sale.
Ooh,
without
no,
me
he-
knowing everything.
I'm sorry. That's grounds for some type of
Violence?
Yes.
We do not condone violence here at the Underground Nerd Nation. However, when it comes to family, somebody can get a pass real
Look, I
quick.
fight my wife over my game consoles. I don't care. Do not touch my game consoles.
Now, don't get me wrong. I had already had other consoles, so I wasn't using it. But still, I came home one day and my N64 was gone, and I was trying to figure out what happened to it. And Patrick said I sold it in the yard sale so he could buy some more games.
How much you get for it?
I can't remember. It was like maybe $60-$70.
What? See?
Ooh, at least he. Oh God.
At least he got something for
Nah.
it, but I wouldn't have let it go for that.
Not for that. He didn't get nothing. He lost
Nah.
money.
Somebody offered me $100 for N64. I'm sorry, you can go find your own.
Yeah, man. You can spend $100 and go buy you one for the pawn shop.
Do you
But
know
now-
how much GoldenEye is just for a copy of GoldenEye on the N64
bruh.
right now?
Especially if you get like
He's
the
legendary.
golden copy.
And with the box.
Oh man,
With the box.
that is ridiculous how much them games cost.
Goldeneye.
I was trying to buy freaking Snowboard Kids and
That's
it's
your
still
game right there,
$64.
Oh man,
Snowboard Kids, y'all remember Snowboard Kids?
I do remember Snowboard
Still
Kids.
$64.
Wow.
I was trying to buy it off of, I think it was either on Amazon or eBay. $64.
What?
Yes, but to give Patrick some saving grace, he did buy me an N64 for Christmas.
Good job,
Years
Pat.
ago.
How long ago?
A couple years ago.
Nah, screw that. My heart's still scarred from that. Mm-mm. You know, that's scarring.
So speaking of old school, y'all remember Crazy Taxi?
Oh,
Ooh, I
BD
remember.
Joe.
Yeah.
Oh,
What was it?
Oh.
What was the other game that was on Dreamcast?
It was-
Jet Set Radio, Jet Grind Radio.
Jet Set Radio.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it was Jet Set Radio.
Yeah,
But no, at the beginning it was Jet Grind, right?
yeah, because there were two games.
Yeah.
It was one was Jet Grind and then Jet Set.
I think
Jet
so.
Set must have been the one that was on Xbox.
It,
first
it
Xbox.
got
I think
it
it was
got
Jet
pushed
Set
Maybe they
Radio.
renamed it and it was
Yeah.
the same game.
Oh man, one of the greatest fighting games ever. Like the most innovative fighting game I've ever played was Power Stone, and Power Stone 2
Power Stone was lit.
was amazing.
Yeah, I don't think I ever played that.
Bro, you don't remember, man?
we got to find Power Stone so y'all could play.
Yes.
Power Stone was great.
Because you had this one, you had the level, and you had fighters, and what you do is you run around and you can just throw boxes, but you had to pick up the Power Stones, and you pick up and you get 3 of them, I think, and then
Yeah.
you turn into a super being of the on there.
'Cause
And there was
like-
one dude that actually turned into a dude that looked just like Super Saiyan Goku.
Yeah, he had
Literally.
he had
And
a long ponytail.
You remember?
Yeah, because that was one of the dudes I played with. Him and the British guy with the goggles where he turned into the mech suit.
Yes, with the I think it was Fei Long, wasn't it?
Fei Long
Fei
was
Long
in
was the
Street
Asian
Fighter.
dude, yeah.
With the Asian dude. No, not Fei Long is on. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can't remember the dude's name now.
I
but
felt like it was something like Fei Long though.
it was something like that. But he
have
would
to
shoot
look at
Kamehamehas at people.
Yeah,
Dang.
and his finishing move was a spirit bomb.
It was.
It was a yellow spirit bomb.
This dude is just taking all types of moves.
Oh,
I do
yeah.
remember one character. His name was Gunrock.
I don't
He had the
remember Gunrock.
big dude he had the big bandana, the blue one, and he would turn into the big brick dude.
Yeah, I do vaguely remember that.
Yes.
Power Stone was awesome.
I think it was Gunrock. I think it was Gunrock. I could be mistaken. I'm gonna have to look that one up.
Right.
Don't smash me in the comments.
Yeah, I'm so sad. My Dreamcast didn't last long. I got maybe like a year or so out of it
So let's talk about how great the Dreamcast was, though.
Oh, it was fantastic.
with that gigantic memory card.
It was before its time.
It
Yeah.
was.
Way before its time.
Sega's
were-
last stitch effort.
There were some flaws that I think added to the demise, because there wasn't many, though, because the console was spotless.
One was the controller.
The controller-
the controller took people off.
And I don't think it was so much the layout of the controller, but the cord placement. Why would the cord come out of the bottom of the controller instead of
And-
the top?
I'll say not only did the cord come out the bottom, you had to like flip the cord back and then place it in like a little slide.
That little slide, yeah.
to get it to hold right.
Yeah.
That was a little weird.
Like it was. So it was like one of the first consoles to actually play online.
Yeah.
To come
Yeah.
standard with the
wow.
ability to play online. too.
Yeah, it was one of the very first consoles that you can actually play online. There weren't many games that play online, and a lot of people didn't really have internet like that.
Or
Especially,
you had dial up.
yeah, it had a literal phone modem jack in the back,
Yeah.
and I don't even know what games you could play online. Like,
It was a very small.
very-
I think one of the sports games was one of the ones you could play online. Maybe
was that it?
I think so. I want to say there was one more. It was kind of like a strategy game you could play online, but I can't remember.
But I will say this though, Microsoft stole they stole their idea of the triggers
Oh yeah,
from the Dreamcast because that was
Oh,
the
yeah.
first console where you
All
could
day long.
with those triggers.
Yeah.
They're the exact same.
exact same
So
shape, size, everything.
exactly. And so you ever look at it and you're like,
Matter of fact, if you want to be real about it, if you look at the Xbox, the first Xbox controller, and look at the Dreamcast controller, they look very similar.
oh, they
Even the memory card placement.
Yeah, very similar.
yeah. Yeah. So the Dreamcast is slept on.
It is.
It's like I wish more people because it kind of stinks because it was only literally us 90s babies that know what the Dreamcast is because it's literally it has fell off the face of the earth. It's like lost in history almost. But for people like us that remember that bad boy, I just keep it alive in my memories because it was just so revolutionary.
When you look at games that you played at your friend's house or whatever on a Dreamcast, or if you had one, versus games you were playing the same game but on PS1, Dreamcast was clearly better. Like the graphics, the speed, everything, the processing. Look at Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Gorgeous game. Gorgeous
Amazing game.
Oh, that game is so good.
Yeah, Soul Calibur.
Soul
Calibur.
Wow.
And Soul Calibur was the launch title.
Bro, I was a Siegfried fan. Let's go. I'm a Siegfried player.
Kilik.
I knew it. There's always a Khalid fan, bro.
And Patrick
Always.
was Maxi.
The nunchucks. I
Yeah.
knew it.
Yeah,
There's
I love the nunchucks, boy. They just taught me about them, boy.
I knew it. I knew it. I think I'm the only Siegfried player. I told my brother that, and he was like so mad at me. Or you would play Siegfried.
What was that? Mitsurugi.
And
I played
I'm a-
Mitsurugi too.
yeah.
I'm a Mitsurugi fan now. Like later on.
Mitsurugi and Kilik were my two main characters I played with.
Yeah.
And I got pretty good with them too. There was a minute like not even my uncle.
Soul Calibur fire.
It was Soul Calibur was fire.
So I want to ask. Sorry, I'm going back to the Sonic and Mario thing because let's be honest though. Out of all the game consoles and all the characters that's done came out, Sonic and Mario is the two most iconic characters in gaming history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arguably, hands down, everybody knows Mario and Sonic. Everybody. So it was crazy because they brought Sonic into one of the new Super Smash Brothers. and he was trash.
Nintendo did it on purpose.
Absolutely doo-doo. But they ended up buffing him. No, we won't go into that, but he ended up becoming nasty.
Okay,
But
all right. Put some respect
you know,
on
so
his name.
arguably, I guess it's crazy because, you know, a lot of people don't know Mario actually showed up in a game called Donkey Kong. That was the first appearance of Mario. He didn't have a name. He just had a silhouette. It was a plumber back on the NES.
Going to save his woman.
And it's crazy because when you tell people that don't really play games like that, or people don't really understand, Mario didn't have his own standalone title till after that because of Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong came before Mario.
That's wild.
And that's crazy to think about.
It really is.
Donkey Kong came before Mario, but Mario's more popular than Donkey Kong.
I was about to say, Donkey Kong don't get the love he nearly deserves. Because,
No.
to be honest, Donkey Kong Country on the Super Nintendo,
One of the greatest games
Yes.
ever.
that game did so much for Nintendo,
Yeah.
So much.
and nobody shows it love.
Nope. But you know what? How do you go from Donkey Kong stealing the princess to Bowser? Where did that go from?
Because
You know
Nintendo
what?
said, we see the money. We split these characters up. Let's just add in a new dilemma on
But then
this
how do
game.
you make Donkey Kong good? And people was
Well,
like,
they failed at that.
but people was like, oh,
You know, there's a theory though. There's a theory that wasn't Donkey Kong that we know, like the Donkey Kong Country. I don't, you know, of course, everybody comes up with a theory about
conspiracy
something.
theories.
But you remember at the beginning of Donkey Kong Country, Grandpa Kong, the one that was spinning,
Yes.
they say that's the actual Donkey Kong that was fighting Mario.
I can see that.
Because the games are so old, they say that when Donkey Kong actually comes out, that's the son of the original that was fighting
What do you
Mario.
call like Cranky Kong?
Yeah,
like
but that's
that.
what they said. They like changed his name, and that's who
What?
he's supposed to be.
Yeah, but if you look at the game progression from Donkey Kong to Donkey Kong Country, like, the character does look completely different. Like, I get it.
I mean, look at the bits though.
The big, yeah, but still, though, it's completely different.
It is, but good lord, you're talking NES to Super
I'm
NES.
almost positive that he did not have that tie before Country.
Right?
Of course he didn't.
I'm just saying, this is a different dude.
Why did he get that man a tie? He butt ass naked, and he got
Hey, but he wore it well. Because, I mean, he gave him a tie, and they gave Diddy Kong
a hat and a shirt.
and a
I
t-shirt.
love Diddy Kong. That's why I play with it.
That was my favorite. I'm
Them
telling you, man,
tantrums.
I am a sidekick fan. Luigi's better than Mario.
Facts.
Everybody loves Luigi
Luigi
more
was
than Mario.
gangster.
Everybody loves Luigi more than Mario,
It's true.
and there's no way that people can argue me with that.
Oh, no, they're going to argue with you. But
That's fine. That's fine. But
We got your back, though.
Yeah, we got your back, though.
Everybody loves Luigi more than Mario. I mean, Luigi got Luigi's Mansion, which took way too long for Luigi to get his own game.
But those games are really good, though.
Like when I play with friends, yes, they are. When I play with friends on Super Mario, I was like, "Yo, I'll be player 2. You can take over," because I wanted to be Luigi.
Yeah.
I was a Luigi fan. I even dressed as Luigi for Halloween one year.
I did too.
Oh, snap. See, we ain't got no Marios. Were you Mario?
I mean, I did have a homeboy. He dressed up as Mario, and I went as Luigi. It was great.
I did Luigi as one Halloween.
I'm telling you, Luigi. I feel as if it's kind of crazy because, of course, it's Mario as the face, but I feel Luigi gets more love.
Oh, he does definitely.
But that's just me. That's just me.
You got a point. There's definitely a fan base strictly for Luigi.
Yes, I mean, but it's disrespectful though. Mario always gets the princess. Luigi gets nobody.
But
Like they be shitting on Luigi, bro. Like, come on, man. Give him some love. Give him a Joan. Like, come on.
well, they say Daisy is supposed to be his.
They never made that official.
No, they didn't. But,
Yeah.
I mean, if I was about to say, if we really gonna talk about Mario, it's like Mario ain't doing that good job, that good of a job at protecting Peach.
A
because
show ain't.
Bowser
She
keeps
always
catching
getting goddamn. She always getting
it. I was like,
kidnapped.
I was like, either this chick is dumb, or Mario ain't doing his job. Because good lord, how many times we gonna play this over?
Could you
and
imagine?
then it gets to a point where the son kidnaps her one time. Like, so even the son manages
the son about Bowser Jr.
Yeah, even he manages to kidnap Peach one time. I was like, bruh.
Why is Peach so defenseless?
Right.
Like, how she get kidnapped by literally any and everybody?
That is.
That's right. You can catch her in Mario Kart, though.
Nah, she was quick. But I'm trying to figure out what kind of security systems they got at Peach Castle. Like,
It's a whole castle.
They got trash security. Their guards are trash.
I'm almost positive there's a moat. Like, how are they getting in? If there's a moat, there's usually a Black Knight or some type of like dude watching
there
the
should
moat.
be somebody watching.
Yo, there's nobody watching this show. Like, nobody. She got Toad trying to protect her.
Where is Mario at? Like, why are you always not in the right spot to protect your woman?
He know he not working.
Right?
He don't work.
He lives.
They call him a plumber, but you never see him doing anything with plumbing.
Was there
He lives
actually
off
a
of
game
Peach.
where he like was a plumber? Like, I don't think I ever played a game where Mario was actual.
Y'all remember Wario?
The counterpart to Mario.
Wario and Waluigi.
Yeah, wow, Luigi.
I got an idea. Let's put some purple on him. Yeah,
And do an upside down L.
yeah, that'll work. That'll work.
And make him tall and skinny.
Tall and lanky. Just,
Like lanky as hell. Hey, he was nasty in Mario Tennis. Y'all remember Mario Tennis on 64?
oh man, that was my game.
Whoo! Loved it.
64
Loved
has
it.
some hits though.
Yo, 60. Look, I just want. Can we go back to Goldeneye?
Oh man.
So, little fun fact about myself. Goldeneye is the most played game I have ever put my hours into. It's Goldeneye.
it's
Me
fantastic.
and my friends back when I was growing up played. Even my cousin, like we played Goldeneye. I played Goldeneye so much that I knew every level, and there was a bunch of levels on there.
There
I
was
knew
a bunch of levels.
everything on there. I played every game mode. I played everything. That game was. I think I played like months of the multiplayer before I actually went back and played the single player.
Because the
Like,
multiplayer was so good.
It was.
It was
It was a phenomenal.
I remember that.
so good.
It's one of the greatest. Honestly, you can arguably say it's the greatest first-person shooter to ever come out
I put that on there.
because
Literally.
of how revolutionary it was.
Never got to play Goldeneye.
What?
What'd you say?
I never got to play Goldeneye.
All right, we need to say some words.
So
or
that was
something.
that's tonight. We'll meet y'all next week. So, bro, what? Yo, how old are you again?
I know.
You said you've had two 64s at this point in your life, and you have not played Goldeneye?
because I can't find it.
Yeah, that is an antique.
Like that. Like when I tell y'all, I got the N64. I had $200 in my pocket. I started looking for Goldeneye. I cannot find that game under $200.
I can believe it.
But we're not talking about now. We're talking about then.
You know you
Back
can
then, I
download it
was
for free
relying on
right
my
now.
parents.
You know you can download it for free right now
On what?
on PC.
No, I didn't know that.
And if you have a like some type of modded Xbox
But it's not
360,
it's
you
not
can
the
get it on
same
there.
experience.
Yeah, it
though.
won't- it wouldn't
You
be-
It's an
need
HD
it on-
upgrade.
No, you need it on original 64, bro.
Okay, we're gonna fast forward to Halo
always said
here
Xbox.
because
Sorry.
I have played the original Halo and the anniversary Halo with the updated
Hold on, where the
HD
hell is Halo
graphics.
coming?
Look, because you're trying to say the HD remixes aren't good, and I'm here to tell
I
you
didn't
that
say that was good. He needs to experience the original so he can feel for it.
Look, to all our listeners, if somebody has a copy of Goldeneye
Let
on
this man play
N64,
it.
let me borrow it.
Please.
I just need a week. Just let me borrow it for a week.
Oh,
Well,
it
you
won't
ain't
just
gonna
be a
like
week.
it.
Yeah, you're gonna need at least 2 or 3 weeks.
Like,
we all know the 90s console is the PlayStation because that gets everything going. So many classics.
oh my gosh.
Have you gone back and played the original Twisted Metal? It did not age very well because
The original Twist Metal was great for its time.
Oh,
But
it was great.
God,
I remember playing that game endlessly. And then I bought one of those, like little mini PlayStations that came with it preloaded because I don't have a PS1.
True.
Sorry, I played Driver. That was my PlayStation.
But
game.
we're not skipping past the part that Kess has never played Golden. I'm still distraught. Like I'm still you, bro. You
Look,
30,
Understand something though. When I had
but
the
nigga,
N64,
you look 30.
look, Nick, when I had the N64, I was relying on my parents to buy me all these games, right? Like I didn't have no money. I was a broke. Like what? When did N64 come out?
96.
I was 6 years old.
I'd at
What
least have $2 or
game was I gonna
$3.
play?
What game was you gonna play? Goldeneye. That's exactly what game you was
I
gonna
said,
play.
what game was I gonna buy?
Pokemon Snap.
Pokemon Stadium.
Snap.
You remember Pokemon Stadium?
Yes.
Boy,
What?
Boy.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of Pokemon, I mean, come on, bro. The Game Boy with the old.
Game Boy Color. That's.
Well, see,
we talking about
I had
the original
Game Boy.
brick Game Boy.
I remember
Yes.
that one. I
Tetris.
hate
One
that
of the
game
most-
with a passion.
Bro, I think that's the most sold. I want to say it's like the most sold game.
Tetris is up there. It's
Tetris is up there because it's been around literally for the longest.
Give me Pong.
You would not play Pong over Tetris.
I would.
There is no way, Dash.
I would.
Look, I had an original Game Boy, and I had 3 games, and I didn't need any more. I had Pokemon Red,
Yes,
Tetris,
yes.
Space Invaders.
I didn't have that one. I had Marble Madness
I had Pokemon Yellow.
on the Game Boy
That's it, I
Color.
had Pokemon Blue, but I had the Game Boy Color.
See,
I didn't get the original Game Boy.
you know, it was, I had the game. So I had the original Game Boy, which took 4 AA's. I still remember.
You
And
remember
my-
the
and my-
battery low indicator that would come on like literally 2 seconds before it died? Battery, let me save it. Damn.
Yo, my shit. I lost the back to mine, so I had duct tape on the back of my Game Boy.
Yo, no lie, I didn't lose the back, but the little clip-on piece broke. So I had to tape it closed.
Everyone's Game Boy had duct tape on the back of it.
In
But
some
look,
way.
if they can make cell phones out of the Game Boy material, your shit would never break.
Make it out of Nokia stuff.
Yeah, the Nokia was tough.
Did you remember the attachments you could add for lights so you can see?
Yes. So my
Drains your battery so much quicker.
it did.
Oh man.
Going through batteries like draws.
Because I remember I was going to St. Louis trying to play that game. Couldn't make it the whole trip. I had a pack of batteries I had to bring with me so I could play that game.
I believe I also tried using my game, but I didn't have the light attachment, so I'm like up against the window trying to get street lights to hit it. That also did not work.
Because I had that same. Because my dad used to get pissed if I would try to turn on the lights in the back because he couldn't see.
Yep, right.
So you be sitting over there at the window, all close up on the mug, trying to catch street lights. Like, okay, move now. Waiting for gotcha. Come on, let's go.
We fiending every like quarter mile just to get 2 seconds of light.
Some light.
You couldn't see shit on that thing unless you was in daylight.
Man.
If you wasn't in daylight, boy, it was hurting. You was hurting.
bad.
You was mad hurting.
That light was the best invention ever.
It was. I swear to goodness. When they what was the Sega handheld one?
Game Gear.
The Game Gear. So when
That
the
sucker
Game
took,
Gear came out, and you had the whole light up screen was amazing. It didn't last 30 minutes, but you know it was still amazing.
It was.
That sucker took a whole nuclear power station.
I
and still
swear to
only
goodness.
ran for like 12 minutes.
Bro, I literally had to play beside my socket because I couldn't play any other way. You can't play on the bed. You couldn't play away from it. You was literally right beside the socket, just like, okay, I'm playing my Sonic game. But when the Game Boy came out with the Game Boy Color Advance, right? And it had the backlight, revolutionary.
And the SP.
Revolutionary.
See, I never had an SP, but I want an SP so bad.
I remember
That sucker
SP.
folded, had the backlight.
yeah.
I had one. It didn't
get
last
it.
for shit either.
Oh, damn.
Ate them batteries alive. The inflation on batteries is real too. I just want to say the inflation on battery. You buy a pack of batteries, some good batteries, it's like $10. Like, bro, you know what I can do with $10?
Which is why Sony is still good because you need batteries.
We're talking about handhelds, Dash.
It's in general.
Sony don't have a handheld.
Yeah, he did.
PSP.
PSP and PSP.
Oh, that's fine.
We can't talk about that because that was not in the 90s.
That was
That's true.
way past the 90s.
Yeah, but he said name a handheld. That was the argument.
Well, I'm sorry. That's my bad. They do have a handheld.
Oh, okay.
But we're talking about the originator of the handheld, the original handhelds that you struggled with in the 90s. I know I did.
Yo,
So
did
much
too.
struggle.
So do y'all remember, like, because I remember I wanted a Game Boy like bad. Game Boys was mad expensive, right? So I got this like video game from like the rack in Toys R Us that was like one game on it. It was like it was like Wild Wild West or something. You could like it was a side scroll
It was
shooter.
only like $20 or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that. It
yeah.
was
And
something
then
cheap.
I got another one that was like Toy Story or something.
Yeah, because I got the Lion King one.
I played that thing. Those weren't bad.
Lion King on Super Nintendo is one of the hardest games ever.
Oh, Aladdin.
Aladdin.
is up there too.
And
I'm saying.
Aladdin.
Yeah, those games are.
The,
can't
the,
get
carp,
pa-
the Cave of Mysteries level on Aladdin.
You got past level 1?
I'm about to say, dude, I got the 2. That was it.
Yeah.
I got to the Cave of Mysteries level where you got to ride on the carpet to get out of the cave. Oh my god,
I got about half.
that is such a stupid level. Oh man, I got pissed as a
So
kid.
in the Lion King, I got past the part where you're running from the gazelles. Got to the jungle part, couldn't get past it.
So you talking about with the monkeys?
Yes, I couldn't do it,
I got past the monkeys part, but I could never get all the way to the
bro.
end.
The game is like, you want to talk about hard? I'm like, bro, I go back and play. I'm like, you know what? I've been gaming for 20 years. 20.
A veteran.
I'm a vet. I go back and play because I own it. I went back and played it. I still can't get past the same level, and I'm sitting here thinking like, I'm trash.
I got skills, and my skills are getting me nowhere. This game is trash.
20 years of experience, I still can't beat
I
this.
said, boy, you know what? These new games ain't shit compared to this.
Let me tell you a classic. NBA Jams.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
Old school.
We used to get hit the box on fire, boy. You
He's on fire.
Y'all remember the cheat codes you used to put in to like get big head or
Yes, the
small?
big head code.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
NBA Jams was
Amazing.
Yep.
And so,
I really wish they would bring NBA Jams
I would
back like in
love-
today's
Yeah.
graphics.
absolutely.
Or NBA Streets.
Yes.
Oh, remake of Streets. That's for 2000s.
Yeah. I would
Yeah, we're not going to go into that.
Yeah, we're not going to do it. Bring it back to
Let
the
me write
90s.
that down.
Please write that down. Please write that down. Because I love. So NBA Streets was I used I was a big Penny Hardaway fan at the time because I don't know if you noticed, but Jordan went in that game
Yeah.
because
I
at
don't
the
think
time he didn't let people use him in video games.
Well, no, I think it was the only way they would put him in.
Except-
The only way he would let you put him in a video game is if you made all his stats.
Yeah,
max.
if you beat the game, you could get them. Because I had a team
In
that
Jams?
was no, not Jams. I'm talking about Streets. You said Streets.
No, I
said
said NBA Jam.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Sorry, because I only remember Jordan being in one game in the 90s, and that was Bulls versus Blazers on Super Nintendo.
I remember.
Oh, I owned that game, and it was so great because you got to use Jordan, and that's the only team I played. I don't know why it was versus the Blazers, but you know what? It is what it is.
Was he all the broken in that game as well?
Not really, because that game was, like a better term, trash. But for a time, I guess it was good. I loved it because I played it, but I couldn't. I always try to dunk and I couldn't dunk. I always just go up to the goal and just shoot, and it would piss me off.
I was always Jams. That's as far as I got with Jams.
I think I had NBA Live 95. I think I had that game.
NBA Live 95 was good. Madden 94 was great.
But that
remember what games
it's
I
like
had
it
on
didn't
the
matter how you tried to dunk in that game. It always ended up being a pull-up jumper. I'd be driving so hard, hit the boost, pull-up jumper.
Did they have any horror survivor games back in the 90s before PlayStation? Like the older, like
I think just
60.
Dreamcast and PlayStation were the only horror games. Because everything else was like a side scroll. I mean, if you want to count Castlevania and all that.
Yeah, if you want to count Castlevania, Wolfenstein, not a
Yeah.
horror game.
Okay, so that didn't start till you said Dreamcast because they did
Dreamcast and PlayStation
Resident
were the
Evil.
only ones because they had
because
Resident Evil
and House of the Dead.
and House of the Dead.
House of the Dead was on
Silent Hill.
House of the Dead was on a Sega Saturn, wasn't it? Wasn't the original House of the Dead on Sega Saturn?
I believe
I
so.
thought it was Dreamcast.
I thought it was only on Dreamcast because that's when you had the gun.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought it was on
I thought that
it
was
could
only
be.
on Dreamcast.
It could be. I could be mistaken. Let us know in the comments.
Right?
Leave a comment on our stuff. So, speaking of you said survival horror. We had NBA jams. So, I don't know if y'all know, but like back in, of course, the 90s, JRPGs became big. A lot of people don't, for people that don't know what JRPG is, it's Japanese role playing game. So that's in the 90s is when it really hit big with titles like Final Fantasy, Chrono Trigger. Some of the, like these, like because Chrono Trigger is considered today one of the greatest games of all time, and it came out on Super Nintendo.
I was about to say, was Final Fantasy on Super Nintendo?
Yes,
'Cause that was like the first couple. Ones.
So you had Final Fantasy 4, and then you had Final Fantasy 6 with when the boss was Kefka, which was like Kefka was that first boss. You're like, this dude's amazing. This dude's incredible. But then you also had A Link to the Past on Super Nintendo. You remember that? Zelda? You know?
I did not play a Zelda game until Ocarina of Time.
Which is the greatest game of all time.
It was
I don't care what
fantastic.
nobody says. I will argue to this day that is my favorite game of all time is Ocarina of Time.
I think I played Twilight.
That is my favorite game of all time.
What was mine? Zelda Twilight.
I
Shut
only
up.
played a little bit of Ocarina of Time.
It's my favorite. It's the greatest game to me of all time.
I rented it one time, and I think I played it for like a day because that's when Blockbuster had them 1 day rentals for video games.
I only played Twilight Princess, and that was for the Wii U. Yeah, that was the only one I played for. I got into Zelda late.
Ocarina of Time.
I heard
was great.
Twilight Princess is great though.
It was good. I actually had a better respect for Zelda because I used to think it was trash, and that was kind of the first one I played. And I was like, you know, what?
I mean,
It's pretty good.
like, bro, when you go back and you look at because the history that you say between Sega and Super Nintendo and
It was
Nintendo,
live.
it was live.
It was heated.
and like it I'm just glad that I grew up in an era where video games became big because that's where all the video games came in big is in the 90s.
So
Huge.
One last thing on Sonic before we brush over
That boy loves some Sonic.
that.
That's
No,
fine.
it's crazy to think about. So when Sonic was being designed, they brought this dude in that played a lot of video games for Sega and was like a developer. And they had 2 characters for him to pick from. They had this egg that had like a hat kind of like Donald Duck wears and like some overalls. And then they had this hedgehog with a rock band and a girlfriend named Madonna. And he was like, what's a hedgehog? And it's Sonic. And he's like, all right, well, y'all need to polish him up a little bit. He was all jagged looking. He was like, lose the rock band and lose the girlfriend named Madonna because we're not going to get sued over this. Like, we don't need all that. Just the one character will suffice for right now.
Why does he sound like Howard the Duck?
Yo, I'm trying to tell you. it
That
was
dark
wild.
winged duck right there, boy.
But I will say, so the Dreamcast, I gotta come back to the Dreamcast because we talked about it already. My favorite game on the Dreamcast was Third Strike, Street Fighter. That game, incredibly good. Let me tell you about the boss in this game. If you've never played Third Strike, the boss is a dude named Gil. Now, Gil is a godlike dude that has his body split in half. He's got a cold side and a hot side. So he can shoot fire and fire blast out of his right side and freeze you with his left side. He also has incredibly broken super moves. So one of his super moves is you can have him down to his last amount of health, hit him, and he goes down. He will then rejuvenate his power with a aura blast around him so that you can't get to him to stop him from recharging his whole life bar. If you can get him down a second time and you still have a life, He grows 6 angel wings out of his back, shoots rainbows out of his body, and it is an instant kill. There's no way to block it. That character is broken. He's so broken that you literally cannot play with him. He is a non-playable character.
Sounds terrible. That sounds like the chick off Ninja Gaiden.
We don't talk about that game. There's only one person I know that's God in that game. You remember Joe used to kill some Ninja Gaiden boy?
I've only ever broke one controller.
And that was playing Ninja Gaiden.
And it was playing that chick in Ninja Gaiden. It was the pink chick. It took me 3 days to beat her. And my friend of mine, I have a friend that punched his he punched his window out because of her.
Yo, Ninja Gaiden. I never finished Ninja Gaiden. I couldn't. But Ninja Gaiden is a ridiculously hard game.
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about-
I remember Joe used to kill. He used to do stuff that like a real ninja could do. He'd be flipping walls and doing this. And
He'd be like, here you go, y'all can try it. And I try it, instantly die. Like arrows everywhere. I'm like, how did this happen? He made it look so easy.
People talk about Dark Souls, and I'm like, bro, play Ninja Gaiden. Don't come at me with Dark Souls.
No, if you think Dark Souls is the hardest game of bro.
Bloodborne.
Bro. Play Ninja Gaiden. Because see, here's the
But you can beat Ninja Gaiden. You can't beat Bloodborne.
I beat it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Skills. He said, put some respect on my name.
I watched YouTube for that ending, bro. That last boss.
Yeah, I beat it.
But no, Ninja Gaiden is
Mad
something.
respect right there.
Mad respect.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Because here's the other thing.
took me
People don't
days.
play Ninja Gaiden on the hardest level.
No, I haven't. I never beat it on the hardest. Never.
I was like, you got to go to the hardest level to say you good at Ninja Gaiden. Because that shit's ridiculous.
That shit is hard. Hard. Oh my goodness, it's hard.
I was playing on easy and I got my ass whooped.
Bro, it's so hard. That's for another topic, maybe.
Yeah.
Like hardest games of all time. And that can be that
I
can
love that
definitely
topic.
that would be a good topic. Because like
Now wait, is that without raising the difficulty, or just the game itself? Because Dark Souls and them, they don't have an actual level gauge. You just kind of
yeah, you just go in.
Go in
which
there.
is hard now. Don't get me wrong. Dark Souls is hard. Like I don't care what nobody say. They'll be like, oh man, like you see people on YouTube that beat it in like 3 hours. I'm like, you know what? I don't like y'all.
Those are people that like live
don't talk
the
to me.
game.
Yeah,
like that's them.
yeah, you spend time.
Like,
Like that's your job is to play games.
I am a casual average gamer. I am I guess you could say expert. Like I love gaming. Like gaming is amazing. Gaming is my life. Gaming saved my life. But I am never going to be that level of expert gaming.
Right.
Ever.
Speaking of gaming, y'all remember Tomb Raider?
Oh my god, Dash. You bro. Don't do it, Adrian.
Yep.
You looked into his face.
That's
Not
nice.
today.
What are you
Not
talking
this
about?
time.
I was about to say,
learned.
wasn't that on PlayStation 1?
Yes. All I hear is PlayStation games.
Well, no, I wasn't going
Don't
down
get
that
me wrong,
road. But
I loved it.
Okay, let's see.
to finish on the Dreamcast, the Sega and Nintendo thing. So, since Dash brought up PlayStation, if you look at how Sega went out, PlayStation really was the reason it got killed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because when they released PlayStation 2, Sega was like, all right, we give up.
That's San
Oh,
Andreas.
that's a wrap. That's a wrap.
Sega PlayStation 2 was like, oh, yeah, we out.
Look, PlayStation changed the game, and trust me, y'all keep listening to us and keep following us and keep rocking with us. Where I think I want to do a whole episode about PlayStation, the beginnings, because like PlayStation at the beginning was
Crazy.
It took you so off guard. You did not see it coming.
Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot.
Which
Spyro.
Boogada.
You had Driver.
He came with the
Driver
boogada.
was good. Driver was good.
Boogada.
Metal Gear Solid. Even though Metal Gear Solid came out earlier.
But look, my thing is like we can go on for days talking about 90s gaming because the 64 had so much heat.
Star
Super
Fox.
Nintendo had so. Speaking of Star Fox, like it was on Super Nintendo.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
first Star Fox. You never played a game like that before. Like it was revolutionary. Super Mario Kart, revolutionary.
Mario Party 64. Tell me y'all didn't play.
Oh my
man,
gosh.
that was a weekend tradition
What?
in
Yo,
my house.
bro, that's on the
Cousins
level of
came
Monopoly.
over- yeah, cousins came over. Hey, start up the Mario Party. We gonna play Mario, and I think I got like all three of them. That came
When did
to the
Smash come out?
64.
When
It was like
Smash?
It came out in 64 though.
It was like 98.
Yo, shout out to Ness, the greatest Smash player ever. I love Ness.
Kirby.
I'm a Ness fan. I'm a Ness player.
I played Kirby.
You
Kirby
play
was my
Kirby.
dude. That
I
sword move.
I was
he
thinking
did-
about. All you did was jump up and use brick move and come straight down on people.
Oh no, I did the sword move all the time.
Okay.
The sword move was I spammed that move.
I know there's a Martha Roy fan over here somewhere. Which one?
I don't know.
I knew it.
But for those that may want to know, Adrian looked up very suspiciously when Camden proposed that
He
clip.
showed it. He looked directly in my face, bro. Directly in my eyes.
Yo, I have been trying to remember the names of these characters for like the past 20 minutes, and he said, "Yo, Marshall Roy," and I was like, "Yes."
I knew it. There's always a Martha Roy fan.
Oh, I get him too.
Every time. Do y'all remember Rock and Roll Racing? On Super Nintendo?
I remember it, but I don't,
Dun, 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 dun.
because when I the daycare I went to had a Super Nintendo, and I felt like they had it there and we played it.
It was like the soundtrack. That's when like gaming soundtracks, like that one. Oh my god, it was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
See, I had Genesis, so I was playing Outrun.
That's it. Nah, I definitely don't know what
Outrun
is.
is.
You don't know.
I played Top Gear too. Yes.
All right.
Top Gear.
All right. That's okay.
So I'm trying to remember the games I had on Super Nintendo. I had Donkey Kong Country.
Super Star Wars.
I had Star Wars.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Autonomous.
You know, we was
What
talking about
was,
hard games. We didn't bring up a Star Wars game. The one where you would run through the level with the lightsaber.
Well, I couldn't beat it, but I
Oh,
loved it.
That game was ridiculous.
That wasn't hard. What was Knights of the Old Republic? That game was ridiculous.
That was
too.
on Xbox.
Was it? I thought it came out before.
Way later. Way later.
My bad.
Yeah, way later.
Pod Racer. That was definitely on 64.
Oh, it was.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love Pod Racer.
Pod Racer was good.
So, before we go, I want to throw this little out there.
Yeah.
This is why I consider Super Nintendo the greatest console of all time, is because it was the first console to introduce the toggle buttons. You ever notice that?
I didn't. Not until you
didn't
just said
either.
it, I guess so. Because I don't think that was on the Sega
Every
Genesis.
other, no, it wasn't. There was no toggles on the Sega Genesis.
But the Sega Genesis had 6 buttons.
3.
On the 3-button controller.
I'm
There
saying-
was a
that's what I'm
Sega
saying.
branded 6-button controller.
But it came out later. We're talking about original.
Oh, no. Okay. If we talking original, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
You had the-
technicality, though.
What you mean a technicality? Bro, you can't. The Super Nintendo came out with the toggles, bro. And because
And the
we
A
all
and the
know, that Killer Instinct is one of the greatest fighting games of all time. The black cartridge is God.
That's another game that is extremely hard to find.
I have it.
You can download it on
Yeah,
Xbox.
it's
hard to
it's
find.
I ain't gonna lie. I paid like $40 for that bad boy. Today, that game came out almost 30 years ago, and I paid like $30 for it. Like, we're talking about.
Like I said, same with the Snowboard Kids.
Mm-hmm.
Which
But-
I'm still, because Snowboard Kids wasn't that popular, was it?
I didn't play it.
I played SSX, so that was my snowboard.
I mean, I had
Hey,
SSX
tricky.
too.
It's time to rock.
But that's my point. Like, the game wasn't even that popular, and it's still $64 to get a copy of it.
But like I
That long
said,
ago?
with Nintendo, when it comes to innovation of controllers, they are the masters of that.
If only they could get the, thumbsticks right.
Because
To be a master, you got to get thumbsticks right, and they've
about
been
to say-
failing at that.
Story about my N64. The first controller, because like I said, I had the clear purple console, so I got the clear purple controller too. My controller thumbstick like went retarded. Like, it would go sideways and it would stay sideways.
Because There had to be a game where you kept going back and forth with it.
You
burned your hand with it.
Mario 64.
There we go.
You do that.
Mario 64.
You could
Just
hold
twirl
the
browser
controller
around.
Yes.
and wiggle the controller back and forth, and the thumbstick would wiggle with it by itself. Like, it's just not attached anymore inside there.
I say, yeah, it was,
Tell me you didn't have your own controller. You go to your friend's house, go to play 64. You had your own color, and you specifically know which color yours is because there was so many.
Oh yeah.
I wish they'd come back out with that again.
See,
Because I think the one I got, the one my brother bought me, I think it came. He got like a red and blue, and then I went and bought a yellow and another color. Because you can still buy.
So you got 4 controllers. You got an N64, and you have not gotten GoldenEye. All right.
Cannot find it.
I'm gonna help you.
Hey, if you can find it for me at where it's less than $100,
I'll get it for you.
okay.
I'm gonna get it.
I'll pay.
I'll
you
have
back
it next
for
week.
Because even when we was down in Myrtle Beach, I was trying to find that mug because that's where I got the other controllers from.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh well, shoot. While I'm here, let me see if they got any games. I'm looking for Snowboard Kids. I'm looking for Mario Tennis. Looking for GoldenEye. Looking for because Killer Instinct came on the N64 too, didn't it?
It did. Killer Instinct Gold.
Yeah, I was looking for all 4 of those. Could not find none of them.
You know, yeah. Killer Instinct Gold. Man.
Oh, and the Mortal Kombat Trilogy. I was trying to find that one too.
I got you a copy right here. $40.
On the line. Look at them. On top of the game.
I'm
Found
about to
it
go
quick,
pick it up
too.
tomorrow.
So let us know. We would love the feedback to let us know that if you want us to continue later on with another episode, definitely talking about more of these 90s games because I mean we didn't even get into WrestleMania 2000, NCAA, WCW versus NWO Revenge, Bomberman.
Oh, I remember Bomberman. Game Boy killed that.
Super Metroid, Battletoads. I
could never beat a Metro game. I could never beat one.
You couldn't.
Mega Man.
A Mega Man. There is so much game that has came out in the 90s that was incredible.
Well, and I mean, the 90s era of video gaming, like, was revolutionary for gaming in general.
Doom, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Doom. Oh, my goodness. That game was
Nukem.
hard. Duke Nukem 64.
Ooh.
Horrible.
It was so
Banjo.
hard for no reason.
But it was so stupid, but it was so good.
The targeting was trash.
It was
though.
horrible. Oh, my God. It was so
It
bad.
was easier to move your body back and forth than to move the targeting system of the game. Just aim in the sky somewhere and walk back and forth. You got an easier time hitting your target, guaranteed.
Y'all remember Banjo and Kazooie?
Of
Y'all ever
course.
play that?
Absolutely.
I said that was one of my games.
Oh, my gosh. It was so
What
good.
was that other game? Shoot. There was another game that was on.
Oh, we could talk
N64.
about 64 for days.
For
Yeah.
days.
For days. I mean, it was just so easy to play 4-player. Like 4-player games, when they came out with 4-player,
That and Dreamcast, because Dreamcast had 4 players too.
it did. But it first came out with so if the 64 came out before Dreamcast, that means 64 had the first 4-player slots.
Yeah, 64 did come out before
Even though
Dreamcast.
Super Nintendo did have an extension for 4 players.
But you just said, got to come out at release. It's got to be there right there.
Oh my God! Here we go.
I'm holding you to the rules.
No.
You said the rules.
No. You talking about different consoles. This is just an extension.
But did the extension, was it available at launch?
No,
There you go.
you ain't shit. Hey, you know what? Close this up.
All right, so we're going to close it out. What we're going to do is go around and favorite 90s console and favorite game on that console. Camden, you go ahead and start off.
So pass it to Keston.
All right,
Damn.
Keston.
Remember what he did to me last week?
Yeah, you had it
Remember?
coming.
I saw it coming.
You see it coming,
I
didn't
knew-
you?
That's why I was looking. It's like, you bitch.
All right.
Anyway,
Got you, bitch. Message.
I'm gonna have to say Dreamcast, and even though it was Sonic Adventures, I loved both the Sonic games. But honorable mention, Power Stone was my game. I loved Power Stone.
I can't just pick one. I gotta do Dreamcast and PlayStation. I mean, Dreamcast, you said Sonic is classic. And of course, I'm a Sony fan, so I will pick Resident Evil. I love the series. That's
Resident Evil 2. So good.
Oh man, this is gonna sound like we like pre-thought of this, but I also am gonna have to say Dreamcast and Sonic Adventure 2. That game was the 90s.
it was.
The soundtrack, fantastic.
Oh man, what was the first level where you was
Escape
snowboarding
from the
down?
City.
Yeah, that's what,
Yes.
what I was
Oh
talking
man,
about.
that
Yeah.
soundtrack was dope.
I feel like anybody that had a Dreamcast, that was your first game, was a Sonic game.
The Knuckles levels, Pumpkin Hill.
So my favorite console will always be the Super Nintendo, just because of what it meant to me when I was younger. But if I had to go neck and neck, though, it's definitely the 64. And favorite game is Ocarina of Time, Zelda. That game is
Yep.
the game is iconic. And the water temple, for anybody that played that game, you know the water temple was trash.
I was about to say, I think at this point, any game that has a water level
It's trash.
is trash.
Bro, you don't understand. The water temple, like, almost broke me. If it wasn't for my god brother, that literally was my god. He got me through the whole thing.
Did you like Mario Sunshine?
It was all right.
Wasn't that on GameCube?
But that was on GameCube.
was
That was later on.
Oh.
Now, Super Mario 64, that's one of the greatest games of all time.
Yeah, people still play that.
Yeah. Like, there's still speed runs.
What's the
Like-
fastest speed run you'd have seen at that? I think I have seen somebody beat it in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's fast. It's fast.
I couldn't even get through the first level in 5 minutes.
Bro,
Bro, talking
I-
about beat the whole game in 5 minutes.
Bro, I'm over here reading, and it takes me 5 minutes because I'm a slow reader.
How's that? Wait. How can you beat that game in 5 minutes? Like, how's that?
Yo, they figured out
Bro,
because
these-
they there's a bunch of what you would call it, glitches in the game programming. So they exploit those glitches to get past them, which allows them to get further
Yep.
along the game quicker.
Bro, just go look at speed runs. I've
Mario
seen somebody
64
beat
speed.
Dark Souls, and I think in like 45 minutes.
I saw somebody beat Tomb Raider, I think the last one that came out, beat it in an hour.
Like the
whole game.
newest one?
Yeah, the whole game in an hour.
Bro, these speed runners, that's impressive stuff to look at.
And the
how
fact
do you
that
enjoy
you
the
have
game,
to,
though?
well, I mean, they play the game regularly first, but then they like go back through and just start looking for exploits because the exploit he used in the last Tomb Raider, he was basically like flying through the level, like
Dude,
literally levitated and walking through the level.
It's insane.
I was like, to have an eye for that,
It's insane.
you a freaking
the
genius.
fact that people, I definitely want to go later on down. We want to talk about how people find glitches and find exploits in these games. Regular ass people.
YouTube.
Like,
My friend.
No,
We're talking
No,
about
this
the
is-
originators.
we
of
talking
finding
about-
the glitch.
Oh,
like
yeah.
they show it. They put it on YouTube.
I know. That's what
They're not even game developers. They just exploit the game.
and they impressed some of the game developers because like, how did we not find that?
Yeah, I don't know how. Like, there's a GTA glitch in GTA 5. Like, I don't know who thought of it, but you have to do like 17 steps, and then you can get like infinite cars.
Yep.
17 steps, and it's like, wow, who thought of this?
There was a glitch. I'm pretty sure it was GTA 5 where if you fall out of the sky and land on your head, you won't die. Like if you land directly on the top of your head, you'll just bounce off the ground.
Which is really hard because don't you like flail around?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost impossible to do.
Well, I will say, I've definitely enjoyed today's episode, y'all.
Oh yeah. Today was fun.
So nostalgic.
I feel it. This is a good time.
Yeah, man. This just takes me back.
A shout out to Adrian, because Adrian did his homework for this episode.
Yeah, he did.
I thought I was doing homework. Adrian did some homework.
I had to bring a lot of heat because I didn't bring it the last episode, so I couldn't let y'all show me up. Like after listening to the last episode, I was like, you know what? I was kind of quiet. Let me make sure I got something to say this time.
I was about to say the only fact I had was that one of the big deals with the Dreamcast was that it was on the high density CD-ROMs.
Yeah.
So that's why they could put bigger games on them.
Yeah.
But like I said, once PlayStation came out with the DVD-ROMs, like that,
Yeah.
that ended it. that was it.
Shout out Dash.
Right.
PlayStation spokesman over here.
Right.
Day.
Oh, I'm gonna get you when we get
I'm a
to
good
these
promoter.
2000s.
Oh man.
What?
Like I
I
said,
can't wait for that.
this Xbox versus PlayStation debate that's coming up in one of these episodes.
It's a 3-hour
it's
episode.
It's gonna be lit.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
It can be if you want it to be.
Two-part.
You just trying to take
You want
this L.
3 hours of losing?
I just said you was trying to take the L.
No.
Ooh,
Crazy.
them's fighting words.
I argue with people all the time which better, and I generally win those battles. So
You know why you gotta argue why PlayStation is so good?
Even though when
it
the
is.
Intel's
because people
better.
like you who want to be like, oh, you know,
Xbox is clearly better.
what? Yeah, I'm not going down the hole with you.
Come on, Adrian. Adrian's trying to suck Dash down the hole now.
Hey, I'm
Oh,
trying
the
to-
tables have turned.
Ooh. Look at the web we've hit.
little bait and switch action going on.
Not getting Dash today.
All right,
Oh,
I'll get
it's
you next
coming.
You ain't
time.
Pennywise and me today.
It all floats down.
Oh man, y'all make sure y'all stay tuned because this debate is coming, and I guarantee you, it is gonna be hilarious to listen to this.
Absolutely.
But anyways, we love y'all. I said I'm Keston.
I'm Camden.
I'm Adrian.
I'm the Incredible Dash.
We'll see y'all next time.
Signing out.